Ladies and gentlemen, this is Real Honesty without John Ritland. I am not John Ritland. I am the Derpredator. Hello. And yeah, we had a fantastic episode of NXT tonight. Aside from the fact that there was only a maybe 2-minute women's match. Started off with the first part of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. It was AOP versus TM61. AOP dominated for a few minutes before TM61 began an onslaught of high-flying moves. AOP then, countered with their strength, brought them down to the ground. It was a good dynamic showing the difference between their styles, but they worked pretty well in the ring. I think my only real gripe is with AOP's worked hits. There's only so many times that you can see someone awkwardly brush their tricep across the top of someone's head before you have to go, that doesn't look really convincing to me. But alas, in the end, oh god, yeah, there was, in the end there were a few spots that really did stand out. Shane Thorne picking up Razor and bringing him down to the ground in a fantastic display of power. But at the very end of the match, Akam suplexed Miller into the corner. They knocked him down with clothesline. They pinned him. AOP wins. But at least we didn't see that stupid Super Collider move, which is by far the dumbest move I've ever seen. Great match though. There was but then after that we got into some promos because, you got match, promo. We had a small promo with weird news interview with Regal, talking about something or another. Then a confrontation between Roderick and Dunn, wanting to challenge him again before getting interrupted by Adam Cole. Adam Cole also berating Pete Dunne, to which Pete Dunne looked him up and down and goes, "What are you talking about? You haven't won anything since you got here." Promo from Eric Young and Sanity, ending with Killian Dane kind of hyping up the match later on this evening between him and Aleister Black, saying that tonight Chaos will win.
There's a spoiler. He probably didn't.
Afterwards, we got Bianca Belair and the dumbest fucking gimmick in NXT versus Rando Jabronette, Drew Renee. And gimmicks aside, Belair has incredible strength, displaying it with repeated throws and then ending it with a fall-away powerbomb. But a 2-minute match? You didn't have any of the other women's wrestlers that were available to do a nice long match, because you could probably cut some of the promos short if you gave the women a little bit more time in the ring. Afterwards we had a Lacey Evans promo, but I pretty much forgot everything that she said as soon as Shayna Baszler showed up and the instant boredom clicked in, and I was like, Shayna Baszler getting booed consistently, which is funny because she talked about how she gets met with silence. You're not getting met with silence, you're getting met with, "Boo, we don't want you, you're boring, you bore me, stop it." Tommaso Ciampa arrived into the ring and couldn't get out a word. The crowd was booing him in some very genuine heat that was fun to watch. Every time he would bring the mic up, it was almost Roman Reigns after WrestleMania level of heat. And he played it exactly how he needed to. He was starting to get booed out of the building. Everyone was, chanting Johnny Wrestling and "We want Johnny." And then all of a sudden went into delete chants because reasons. Then on his way out, Ciampa looks over at a Johnny Wrestling sign, rips it out of the audience member's hands, takes it into the middle of the ring, rips it up, smashes it with his crutch because he got rid of Johnny, he can no longer hit Johnny, which I guess it's kind of one of those things, if you don't know what you got till it's gone. But yeah, that was the end of Ciampa's promo. He didn't get a word out, but in the end, he didn't need to. And then we get to the main event. Killian Dane versus Aleister Black. Aleister Black with an incredible series of kicks, and Dane using a powerhouse of offense, which is essentially choo-choo pain train coming through. I'm gonna run as fast as I can, and you're gonna go down. Dane did make it a point of constantly working the back, and the commentators were making it a point to constantly bring up the fact that, you know, Dane was working his midsection because you need the midsection for kicks because it looks like his ribs are injured. You can tell if he's got a rib injury, if his mouth is really wide open trying to catch his breath. Just commentary. Sometimes it's more show, don't tell. If you have to tell us that his core is hurt, then you're not counting on the reliability of the talent in the ring. You could see that Aleister Black was hurting, and that he was playing this exactly how he needed to. He was selling it exactly how he's supposed to. But when commentary is constantly shoving it down your throat of, yeah, look at him, he is injured. He is doing the injured things. You should pay attention to his injury every 5 minutes and not giving a modicum of silence to allow the match to play out the way that it should. I feel that commentary wasn't as good as it should have been. But afterwards, Dane, when Aleister Black was laying on his onslaught, he climbs up to the top turnbuckle, jumps down into a very lazy clothesline, which I hate spots like this, where they're jumping down, they land, and then they get clotheslined, like that was supposed to do something. I don't know if Killian Dane missed his cue, or if this is just how the spot is supposed to be set up. It just, when it looks too artificial, you can't suspend your disbelief long enough to actually enjoy it. If you go back and see it, it was a little awkward. Dane catches Black and flips him to the ground, followed by a power slam and then a Vader bomb, and still, he didn't go down. The match ended with Aleister Black trying to go for the victory roll. Dane gets out, gets ready to go on the assault, and then Black just hammering him with a black mass, which is essentially the Chuck Norris roundhouse kick to the face, and boy was it something to watch. Aleister Black pinned Killian Dane, and that was the end. No after-match promo, nothing like that, just they had 18 minutes to spare before a full hour was up, and they didn't do anything with it. Which I found kind of disappointing. But, overall, the substance of it, the matches were great, the promos were great, except for Shayna Baszler. But, overall, I'm gonna go ahead and give this show a B+. If you agree with what I've got to say, leave it down in the comments. Follow me on Twitter, follow John on Twitter. I'll have our Twitter links in the description. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like or dislike button, depending on what you feel about it. And then, with that being said, this has been Real Honesty without John Ritland. I am not John Ritland. I am the Durbinator, and you have a great night. Thank you.